So I went for a run, did my daily tasks, came home, took a little 15-minute nap, and when I was waking up, I was having all these memories of women that I've been with, women that I've hung out with. I have a good amount of sisters, and they each have told me stories. Some of them are married now, and one of them is single still. She's the youngest. And basically, I was laying there and all these thoughts of what women have told me in the past just came to my mind. And when something comes to my mind, I know it's not an accident. I know that it's important. And I know that there's a lesson. I know that there's a purpose. And I know that I should share it with other peoples if I learn something. So as I was laying there, I was thinking about all the times women have told me. So I was on this date with this guy. He was great. He was cool, funny. But then all of a sudden, his mom called him. And next thing I know, he was on the phone for 45 minutes chit-chatting with his mom. And the latest story was actually my sister. She told me like a couple weeks ago she was dating a guy and he was just so tight and so close with his mom. And she said it in a way that she did not like that. And then all of a sudden, more and more stories came to my remembrance of women saying, this guy is way too close with his mom. I don't think I can see him. And I started thinking about what's the deeper meaning here. And the deeper meaning is that a lot of guys have a mommy issue approval seeking behavior. You know what I mean? Hey, mommy, am I still a good boy? Like, do you still love me, mommy? You know, you're still like a little kid looking up at your mommy. Like, am I good, mommy? It's time to let go of your mommy seeking behaviors, and grow into being a man and still loving and cherish, respect your mom. Spend some time with your mom. Give your mom a little kiss on the wrist, whatever. Your mom's special. I get it, but don't overdo it. You know what I mean? And don't like let your mom and then the women that you're trying to pursue, don't let that bleed into each other. And if you get rid of your mommy, see, your right now your mommy seeking behavior is bleeding over into the women that you're seeing, and you're basically treating her like she's your next mommy. Do you still love me? Do you still like me? Is everything okay? It's just like, dude, give your mom some space. You know what I mean? Give your mom some space. She gave birth to you, so you can go out there as a man and kick some ass. You know what I mean? Go out there and kick some ass and then come home, give your mom a big old hug, and then get back out there and kick some ass again, you know? But I'm telling you, I can't count how many women have told me stories like this. I can't count them on all my hands and toes. One girl was even dating a really elite, you know, athlete, really elite athlete. She was telling me the story. And when she was hanging out with him, he started talking to his mom for like 3 hours on the phone. And I could tell from the way she was telling me the story that she was like, yeah, that's the last time I ever saw that dude. That was just like, that's, you know. So, anyways, just keep those things separate and get rid of your mommy approval seeking behavior. Do some things to just be a little airless, a little careless, and just be like, hey, mom, like, women, like, hey, girl, like, you don't like me, you don't like me. It's okay. You don't have to fucking like me for me to like me. You understand? And it's not even just the women that have told me these stories. I've seen it in a lot of guys. I see it in a lot of guys. I see this, like, this thing that they haven't shattered. There's like a glass ceiling in their mind that they need to break through for the next level, you know? Get rid of that mommy seeking behavior shit. Girls can smell it and girls don't like it. They're not trying to be your next mommy. You know what I mean? Be a man. Say what you want to say. People don't like it. It is what it is. Take risks. If you fail, get back up. And you just got to keep going. And just remember that. Another thing is, if get rid of your people pleasing, people accept, validation, wanting validation from other people. Get rid of that too. You know what I mean? Like, if you can get rid of that too, you're free, because then you're like a free free man. You're like, hey, I don't really care. You don't like me? No problem. Okay, here we go. You don't like me? Just get rid of that, and I swear you will be rewarded. Today I went to the gym in this white wife beater and pajamas, like I didn't give a fuck, hair, I haven't showered. And I just, was getting followed, stalked, locked eye contact with beautiful women. One girl, I looked at her, caught her looking at me, and next thing I know, she went into like this dark room by herself, right in front of me. She went in there, and she wanted me to go in there and talk to her. I know she did, because she had no purpose. There's nothing in there. She wanted me to go in there and be like, hey, what the hell? Why are you staring at me, huh? I'm not just a piece of me, babe. Like I knew she went in there for a reason, for me to talk to her. And it's because I just don't give a fuck. And I don't give off mommy seeking approval. I don't need it from women like I used to need it when I was fucking a weak person. I don't give a shit. And women are waiting for you to hit that level of not giving a fuck because they don't want to raise a bearded man. A lot of you guys have beards, muscles, tattoos, but deep in your core, you're still like mommy issues and shit. It's just the truth. I see it. I already know. I've had like plenty of women have told me stories. It's out there. And if you're one of the lucky guys watching this, if you're one of the lucky guys watching this, notice it if you have it and get rid of that shit. Get rid of that. You're going to become a true man when you're not seeking validation and approval from people. And instead, you are who you are and you make connections when they're right, you know. And you will be rewarded. You will be rewarded by women because they love that type of energy. You're not seeking nobody's approval, dude. You don't give a fuck. That's the male nature. That's more powerful than any muscles, any tattoos, any game that you can spit out of your mouth trying to be funny. But if you can get rid of the mommy seeking approval, the people seeking, the people impressing and shit, you'll be way more powerful than a Porsche or a Lamborghini can ever give you. And I mentioned this, probably the baddest bitch in my gym, okay? Bad. She's just so bad. We've been playing little mind games with each other. And today she came around and I could feel her energy. She was giving me her energy. She was giving me her eyes, but I was focusing on what I was doing. So she did a little lap around me to make sure that I saw her. But I didn't look at her because I was focusing on my shit. But I was happy that she gave me that little energy. So once I finished my workout, I was like, all right, where is this little bad bitch? And as I was walking out, boom, I saw her. I caught her. She was already staring at me. And I looked at her in the eyes and she couldn't handle it. Immediately, she just looked down. And I was like, yeah, okay, sounds good. I saw you looking. I see what I see too. I like that shit. For whatever reason, we just have this connection and I'll see her again. But again, I wore a wife beater, pajamas. Most guys are in there with like Gymshark and Lululemon and Nike and Adidas, all these name brands that promise confidence and promise connection, promise all this shit, but they don't promise anything because it doesn't come from the inside. See, you got to be a savage on the inside. You got to be careless. You got to be careless and not seeking approval from other people and be a savage from the inside. Don't you think a woman would love a savage way more than she'd love a man that has every name brand piece of clothing and everything, a nice big old fat chain and a Lamborghini, but then when he looks at her, he's like, "Mommy, do you like me yet? Am I accepted yet? Am I good enough yet?" No, that's not how this shit works. Manhood comes from within. So go take some ballsy action today. And feel free to comment one ballsy fucking thing you guys did. Some of you guys, some of you guys are watching. Leave one comment, some ballsy shit you did today. Maybe you turned into a lane and you didn't use your fucking blinker. Maybe you could start with that. Maybe you broke one little rule and you didn't use your blinker. Anything. Just do something to break out of your little mold that you're in and get rid of your mommy issues. Okay, I'm telling you, beautiful women. My sister's highly pursued by men. She's young and beautiful. And she tells me story after story of like guys with mommy approval seeking, way too deep with their mom, way too close. You gotta be a lion, dude. A lion doesn't stick around his mom for too long. You gotta bounce out and go make your own shit, you know? And at the same time, love your mom. Everyone's mom is special. They deserve love for sure, 100%. But don't make it weird. Okay, bye.